How to live forever. So yeah, where was I? How to live forever. So do you want to live forever? Do you want to live well? Uh, maybe you can do both. Do you want to live forever in misery, in prison, being tortured for as long as possible, and then die? So maybe we're asking the wrong question. Maybe we should ask how to live before we ask how to live forever, right? To begin with, how should we live? You know, maybe you've heard the saying, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. Maybe you've heard that saying. Something like that, right? So it's not so much about life or death, but about just being genuine, living. So I guess asking the right question is a good start. You know, you ask a question, then you figure out, oh, my question about how to live forever, maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe I should ask how to live. Because, yeah, you don't want to live forever in idiocracy and stupidity and in hell, right? What's the point of prolonging your life? You have to enjoy life, right? If you don't enjoy life, maybe you want to just end it anyways. So life should be worth living to begin with, right? So we changed the question already. We changed it to how to live. We changed it to from how to live forever to just how should we live. You know, an authentic, a happy, fulfilling life that we, with no regrets and no remorse, as you know, the song says of what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. But anyway, so what lives on after the human dies? It's your works, right? So the human is here, then they're gone. Maybe they wrote a book, they built a building, designed a car, an airplane, Volkswagen Bug, a BMW. You know, the Wright brothers. So the Wright brothers are gone, but they're remembered basically for being the first in flight. So their goal wasn't to live forever. It was, I think they found some kind of meaning out of life. And it wasn't in a cubicle or with a boss, but it was in pursuit of certain interests, curiosities, endeavors, the pursuit of happiness, and building an airplane or an aircraft that's been perfected. Whether you want to talk about that's common history, then there's the uncommon history, which is the guy who took the wings from beetles and created an anti-gravity device. And the year he did that it was way back when as well, but he created a flying device also, personal flying device. He was a insect scientist. You can look him up, but what was his name? Edward Vagabond, or anyways, he created a craft that pretty much, he said, could go 1,000 miles per hour and no wind in your hair. It created its own force field. And maybe this was the same time period, so history in itself, you know, we remember the Wright brothers for being aircraft inventors, but we don't know anything about the bug scientist who made this craft. Interesting. So, how to live forever in common history, the plebs, the history that's shuffled out to the common folks, maybe. The common folks know about airplanes, but they don't know about the scientist who created who was investigating bug wings from beetles and collected them and created an aircraft. So the common folks really don't know about that guy. They're allowed to know about the Wright brothers inventing an airplane, right? Which anybody can pretty much do, not to discredit them. But you learn that in school, you know, how to make an airplane. It's pretty basic stuff, but no discredit there, but it's just an example of history being suppressed, information being suppressed. And back to my talk of how to live forever. How to live forever when history is suppressed and controlled. Information is controlled, suppressed. I believe it's Viktor Orban. I don't know. I think that's the name of the guy. So basically, even if you're great, like I would say, this bug scientist who invented this flying machine and figured out how the beetles were flying, the fact that he was literally an unknown character person. So your fame, like whatever you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it considering fame or even fortune, which this guy was not doing. But he was in a pursuit of something, and he accomplished something, but that something is basically largely unknown, unheard of. It's not taught or even talked about today.